K.C. Pandey from Tagore Public School, Surajgarh. As in the chapters 22 in zoology, today I discuss about the digestive system of human. As you know, human which require the food for energy and also the preparation of the cytoplasm, new tissue in the body, and the food or substance which is used for production of energy and cytoplasm synthesis is called food. As we take food in the form of carbohydrate, protein, lipid, minerals, vitamins and roughage also. Different types of food in the human digestive system generally taken by the mouth, as mouth is the part by which food taken by the human, and after the digestion means change of the insoluble and complex food in the form of soluble and simple food is called digestion. So digestion occurs in different part of alimentary canal by the help of digestive gland, by the help of biocatalyst which is called enzyme. After digestion, absorption, undigested food which generally collected in the large intestine which is called rectum. Rectum which stored the undigested food, and through the anus the feces comes out. It means in the alimentary canal, first pore is mouth, and here it is open mouth. As open mouth and closed mouth has done by the two lips. This is upper lip and next one lower lip. Two lips guarded the mouth, helpful in the opening and closing of mouth. There are presence of labial gland in the lip which produces mucus, which makes the mucus on the lips. As inside the mouth buccal cavity is found, which has two parts. As one part which has tongue and teeth, and the total such part is called as vestibulum. Before the teeth, this part is called as vestibulum of the buccal cavity. Another part which is behind the teeth part are called as oral cavity. As the tongue present single in the buccal cavity as muscular structure and different teeth present in the part of vestibulum here, which are helpful in the cutting, tearing and mastication or grinding of the food. There are 3 pairs of salivary gland present. As one is largest salivary gland called as parotid gland, which is present in the cheek part here, and it is largest salivary gland which opens in the buccal cavity by the help of a duct called Stensen's duct. This duct is called as Stensen's duct. Another salivary gland which present just below the tongue called as sublingual gland, and sublingual gland power saliva by the help of a duct called as Wharton's duct. This is Wharton's duct by which saliva power in the buccal cavity. One salivary gland is present below the maxilla, as you can say it is called submaxillary gland. Submaxillary gland also called as submandibular gland, which power saliva by the Bartholin duct. All salivary gland which power saliva in the buccal cavity. Here, ultimately saliva reaches in the buccal cavity, and this saliva, when full in the mouth, this is called watering in the mouth. Saliva composition I will discuss later on, but saliva helpful in the mixing the food due to the presence of mucin, and saliva also has antibacterial property due to presence of lysozyme. Saliva, which contains salivary amylase, which digests polysaccharide starch into disaccharide maltose. Salivary amylase is also called as ptyalin. After mixing and generally by the help of mucin, small size bolus formation occur in the buccal cavity, and tongue which swallowed the bolus in the pharynx, and this pharynx has many parts. As one pharynx which generally comes from the nasal chamber called nasopharynx. Another pharynx part which comes from the oral cavity called oral pharynx. Small size pore which comes from Eustachian tube from the middle ear of human, also open in the pharynx. And in the ventral side, pharynx also connected with the trachea. In the trachea, here at the above side, larynx present, and by the pharynx a pore reaches in the glottis part, and this glottis which enters in the larynx. So there are total of 4 pores present in the pharynx from different sources. One is nasopharynx, which comes from the nasal chamber. Another pores from eustachian tube of middle ear. Another pore from oral cavity called oropharynx. And next pore which reaches in the larynx called laryngopharynx. So there are 4 pores which related with different parts, and later on this pharynx part open in the esophagus. This is the pharynx. Pharynx which open in the food pipe, which is called as oesophagus. Commonly oesophagus called as food pipe. Food pipe because it has pipe-like structure, and the food which present in the oesophagus later on reaches to the stomach part by the cardiac lobe. Although another lobe also present called as fundic lobe. So fundic lobe is about 80% part covered in the stomach, and mostly digestive gland also present in the fundic lobe. The food enters in the cardiac lobe of stomach from the oesophagus. But this food generally guarded by the inspector, such inspector called as oesophagio stomach sphincter. Oesophagio stomach sphincter, which prevent the direct entry of food in the stomach. So food reaches step by step in the stomach due to presence of oesophagio stomach sphincter. This food reaches in the pyloric part, where pyloric lobe is present, and this pyloric lobe which is present near the liver, and food enters in the duodenum part of the small intestine. This duodenum part is about 25 centimeter long, and generally the presence of pyloric valve, which generally this pyloric valve prevents the direct entry of pyloric valve, which generally prevents the direct entry of the food from stomach to the duodenum. Here oesophagio stomach sphincter, you can write here oesophagio stomach valve. Valve means which open only one side. So the food which reaches from the food pipe generally prevented by the oesophagio stomach valve, and food which enters from stomach to duodenum generally prevented by the pyloric valve. Later on, the stomach food, which is generally due to the presence of HCl here, acidic medium is found. Medium is acidic due to the presence of HCl, and pH is about the 1.8 in the stomach. So very acidic, and before entry in the duodenum, pyloric valve is present. Pyloric valve open one by one, and about 1 spoon food reaches in the duodenum. Here food reaches in the duodenum, then the pancreatic juice comes from the pancreas. Pancreatic juice comes from the pancreas, and generally the pancreatic juice which has a type of duct. This is the pancreatic duct, and if pancreatic duct present which carry the pancreatic juice by the pancreatic duct, and this pancreatic juice which generally has the pH about 8.7 means the alkaline condition. Here the liver as right lobe is present, which is generally larger in size, and generally the left lobe which is smaller in size. Beside right and left lobe, there are presence of the two other lobe. One is called as caudate lobe. One is called as caudate lobe of liver, which is present as ventral to the right lobe. Another is called as quadrate lobe. Here as the caudate lobe and next one quadrate lobe. Quadrate lobe present just near the left lobe, or it is upper side. There is presence of a sac-like structure which is called as gallbladder. This gallbladder generally has the bile juice in it. Gallbladder generally contain a type of juice which is called as bile juice. When the duodenum is empty, then the hepatic duct power the bile juice via cystic duct in the gallbladder. Here presence of hepatic duct also, and which generally present on the liver. This is the hepatic duct. When the bile juice and pancreatic juice both meet, there is presence of a type of duct which is called as hepatopancreatic duct, and this open by a pore in the duodenum, and such pore is called as by the name, it is called as sphincter of Oddi. This is called as sphincter of Oddi. After this, the food enters in the second part of small intestine, which is called jejunum, and jejunum is about 1 meter long and coiled structure. Later on, the food enters in the ileum part of small intestine. Here, this is the ileum part, and which generally open in the cecum part of large intestine. Before ileum, the small intestine part is called jejunum. As jejunum, which is 1 meter long, and ileum about 1.75 meter long. Ileum, when open in the large intestine by the cecum, at the junction of this, there is presence of vermiform appendix, a type of vestigial organ called as vermiform appendix. Sometimes this vermiform appendix increases in the size, then by the operation it removed, and the condition is called as the appendix. As the colon is second part of large intestine, are in many ways, like this is the ascending colon. Here, this is the ascending colon, generally which reaches upward as appear, but this colon, which generally contain the lobed pouch-like structure here, these are the lobed pouch-like structure and which is called as house trap, and generally separated by the is type of transverse lining, and this transverse lining which is called as stinging. Then the transverse colon, and which generally reaches downward again, called as descending colon, and descending colon open in the rectum part where the undigested food collected and reaches outside through the anus, but before anus a type of small canal, small duct is present, and this is called as anal canal. So between the rectum and anus there is a small size canal is present, and which is called as anal canal. Sometimes in case of the piles, the small gland which swell in the anal canal, and it is called as piles. Then difficulty occurs in the sitting and very much pain occurs. Blood release by bursting of such type of swelling. Here, spleen is present at the transverse colon as in the embryonic condition. RBC synthesized in the liver, and spleen now act as the blood bank. Why it is called as blood bank? Because the blood which also synthesized, RBC also synthesized in the embryonic condition by the spleen. But spleen called as graveyard of the RBC, because if the RBC after 120 days destroyed, then collected in the spleen, that is why spleen is called as graveyard of the digestive system or human body. So the total digestive system of human has two important parts. As I want to discuss here, digestive system has two important parts. One is called as digestive gland. Another part is called as alimentary canal. Here I have discussed already about the alimentary canal of human. Alimentary canal which generally has many parts, like first part is mouth, second part is buccal cavity, in which the food cutting, tearing, grinding, and after bolus formation by mixing the saliva, then swallowed by the tongue in the pharynx. And next one is pharynx. As pharynx, which generally has different pores and relate generally food power to the oesophagus. After oesophagus, then food reaches to the stomach. From stomach, food reaches to the small intestine, and from the small intestine, now food reaches to the large intestine. So these are the part of the alimentary canal. But from the large intestine, the food which is undigested in the feces form comes out from the anus. So these are the part of alimentary canal as the part of human digestive system. Here digestive glands are many, like these are present in the form of pancreas, in the form of liver, in the form of salivary gland. So the digestive gland which are found in the form of salivary gland, in the form of liver, and here I have discussed that salivary glands are three pairs in the human. Largest salivary gland is called as parotid gland, and the parotid gland which power the saliva by the extensions duct in the buccal cavity. As the buccal cavity, which has two parts, first part is vestibulum, and vestibulum present in the cheek part as laterally here. This is cheek part, both side, and teeth present, one tongue, and the total content, total area is called vestibulum. And posterior part of the teeth, this is called as oral cavity. Here, this is called as oral cavity. From oral cavity, the oropharynx reaches in the pharynx part, open in the pharynx part, and from the nasal chambers which opens in the pharynx, this is called as nasopharynx. A small size outgrowth hang as triangular or conical shape, which is called as uvula. So the uvula which close during the swallowing condition. During the swallowing, uvula close the pores of the nasopharynx. So generally, food does not reach in the trachea. Here, a presence of a type of cover from the as outside the glottis. This is called as epiglottis. And generally, epiglottis which prevent the entry of food in the trachea because it is present outside to the glottis in the form of a lid. In this way, food only reaches in the food pipe. Food pipe means oesophagus, and from food pipe, this food enters in the largest part of the alimentary canal, which is called as digestive bag or stomach. And here I explain that stomach has three lobes. As food enters in the cardiac lobe, then the much broader part, which is called as phonic lobe, and after the digestion in the stomach, food reaches towards the pyloric lobe, which is present near the liver, and the food in the stomach is acidic condition due to presence of hydrochloric acid where pH is 1.8. After digestion of food which enters in the duodenum by the help of a pyloric valve, this food entry prevented, and food reaches step by step in the duodenum where pyloric valve is present which opens one side. Here in the duodenum, medium changes. Medium becomes alkaline due to the presence of pancreatic juice from the pancreas and bile juice from the gallbladder, which is a part of liver. Gallbladder present as the deep in the liver, and here liver has 4 lobes, but large size lobe is the right lobe and smaller lobe is left lobe, upper side quadrate lobe, and ventral side of the right lobe is caudate lobe. So 4 lobes present in the liver, and different types of digestive gland like salivary gland, pancreas, and the liver functions which has discussed by me as I explained in details in the next lectures. Today I will discuss only the structure of human digestive system. As human digestive system which has mainly 2 parts, one is digestive gland, another is alimentary canal. In the alimentary canal, which is a canal like structure, tube like structure, but sometimes coils, but first entry is mouth which take the food, then food enters in the buccal cavity, after this in the pharynx, then esophagus. After this, stomach. In the next, small intestine. In the small intestine, where the digestion of food occur. After complete digestion, absorption of food take place in the small intestine. Because digestion is not occur in the large intestine, only absorption of water take place. And after the undigested food is collected in the form of feces in the rectum, this reaches outside time to time from the anus. So these are the part of alimentary canal, and I have discussed in very brief about the such type of salivary glands, which are three pairs, namely parotid gland, sublingual gland present below the tongue, and submammary glands. Then liver, and next one pancreas. These are the digestive glands which I discussed by me in next lectures. So please like this video, share and subscribe my channel Super Classes. Thank you.